Number 9, we told you last week about Hearst Castle, which is between San Francisco and Los Angeles. Over the course of 20 years, William Randolph Hearst had the place built and built and built. And back in the day, stars like Charlie Chaplin, Greta Garbo, and Cary Grant would visit and swim with what has been described as the most sumptuous swimming pool on Earth. If you want to swim there, you can. The whole estate is a National Historic Landmark, so the California Park System runs it. If you join a special foundation and pay the $950, you finally will be allowed to swim on 4 pool nights in the summer.
Wow.
Even before the pandemic, they capped admission at 40 people, so there's plenty of room to swim around and swim about sumptuous.
Wow.
Sumptuous is a word that's
I
not
can't
used
get it out. I
enough.
can't get
Right.
sumptuous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Number 8, here's a look at an unheralded African pioneer who you may not know about. In 1821, Thomas L. Jennings became the first African American to receive a patent in the United States. His invention was an early form of dry cleaning called dry scouring. Jennings came up with it while running his dry cleaning business in New York City. With the money he earned from his invention, Jennings was able to free his wife and some of their children from slavery. He was also a leader in the abolitionist movement.
Interesting. Number 7, here's a list every future college student needs to know about. The hottest and least attractive colleges.
Oh, yeah.
20,000 American and Canadian students were asked about which schools have the sexiest and the least appealing students. Number 1 on the list of the hottest, Utah Valley University.
Wow.
Followed by Brigham Young and California State University Fullerton. University of Illinois made the list at number 6.
Yeah.
As for the least attractive, Chamberlain College of Nursing in Downers Grove is number 2.
Well, we had to go out there and bring a camera and see for ourselves.
Number 1 is the University what was it? Scroll back. I think it had a name. Is a university in Quebec.
What's University of the People?
It's a university.
University of the ugly people, apparently.
Wow.
Well, that was
Well, let's just
What
be
are the
clear that we
qualifications?
had no input into
No,
any of
we had
that
nothing to
list.
do
We're
with
just
that.
reporting on a list that some other very superficial people made.
Yes.
Not
And we
us.
would never make such a
No.
list as
Right.
that unless we
No.
were judging the character
Right.
of the student
Right.
body
Exactly.
or the
Right.
personality or the
Right.
intelligence level.
Yeah.
But if the nursing students in Downers Grove want to send us pictures to the station,
Right.
we'd be
And
happy to
push
judge
back
them.
a little bit.
no.
Right, Paul?
That's fair. All right, time for number 6. This house in Hawaii seems like something out of the Swiss Family Robinson. The Goodwins live in a converted school bus and triple-decker treehouse. They built it on the north shore of Kauai, and there are beds inside the bus and a kitchen just outside.
Wow.
Along with their 3 kids. Eamon and Days are living the surfer's fantasy.
Paul, why do I get the feeling that aside from the surfing, something like that would be your fantasy? Just you and those kids living
Yeah.
barefoot in Hawaii, off
in
the
a
grid.
small bus. The off the grid part I'd like.
I actually think it looks pretty cool.
Everyone had their own bus.
Yeah.
Each
That
child
had
had their own
wheels
bus.
that you could take
Well,
off.
no,
and
just
leave.
he has his own bus, and then his wife has another bus, and then
Yeah.
the kids have one.
Then the kids could have one bus.
Boy, that looks a mess.
That's cool.
All right, number 5.
Number 5. This is Anouk Yai, an American fashion model who is seen as one of the top 50 in the world. She has a contract with Estee Lauder and has worked on huge campaigns for Prada and Nike and Givenchy. But there 3 years ago this month, she was told she was just a 19-year-old student at Plymouth State University in New Hampshire. She was visiting friends for homecoming at Howard University in D.C. when a photographer named Steve Hall asked to take her picture for Instagram. Hall told her she should be in modeling. He posted her picture the next day, and this is the photo that changed her life. A couple of the photos that changed her life. I imagine within days, IMG models called her. 4 more agencies interviewed her. 1 flew her to New York. Her sister had to help her handle it all. She decided to go with Next Model Management after they called her every day for weeks, and now she marvels at how she went from being a random girl from New Hampshire to a world-famous model.
Huh.
Hope she's giving a cut to that photographer.
Yeah, how about it?
Yeah.
I keep thinking one day that's going to happen to me.
Someone's going to come up and be like, Paul, you need to be a model.
Unbelievable.
They say it's very hard work.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
It's not as easy as it looks, they say.
You got to smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm willing to give it a shot. Call me.
Yeah. And number 4, National Bison Day is coming up on
Yeah.
Saturday.
That's huge.
There's actually a herd of bison living about an hour southwest of Chicago. They were introduced to the Midewin National Tallgrass Prairie in Wilmington about 5 years ago as part of conservation efforts. Hundreds of years ago, Native Americans used to hunt bison by doing what's called a bison jump.
Oh, yeah.
Using someone disguised in bison hides. They would lure a herd over a cliff, causing them to fall to their deaths.
This took a...
A single jump could provide an entire village with food and clothing for months. We could do this with the rats, Paul. We could dress you up as a giant rat and jump into
Go
Lake
off the
Michigan or
Eisenhower
something.
Expressway or something. Yeah, you're right.
Sounds like a really good idea.
Let's look into that a little bit more
Yeah, explore the
math.
different options.
before I fully commit.
All right.
All right, number 3, another wonderful gift from the internet. It's a security video from another country. A cat falls on a guy, and a dog wearing shoes steps in.
What?
All right, check it out.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Wait,
There's
what?
a cat.
cat fell on his head.
Right.
Why
Dog
is the
comes
dog-
over.
The dog wearing shoes.
He's wearing shoes.
Of course he
He's
is.
going to take care of
Why?
business right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and now
Wow.
a fight's going to...
Because he knows the cat did that on purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, knock the guy out. Boy.
Cat's probably some kind of assassin.
Right.
We understand that the guy's okay, so that's good.
We also heard that the dog tried to call 911, but because he had shoes on, he couldn't
He couldn't get the
his
shoes
fingers
out.
into the digits on the phone. So,
Well, that's the
yeah,
perils
that's
of
the
wearing shoes.
downside. Well,
Wow.
what are the chances that that gets caught
I
on
know.
tape? Someone finds it, sends it around the world. Well, time for number 2. Swedes are good at a lot of things like hockey and meatballs. They also do product packaging really well. Check out these Swedish packages from over the last decade.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Swedes. They do package themselves well. I
Yeah.
really give them credit for that. Bunch of beautiful people.
The old bit soccer.
Yeah. Look how pretty everything is. I feel like we kind of gave up on pretty at times here in America.
We gave up on.
pretty, doing things in a pretty way.
Yeah.
We're just kind of like, here, buy me. I'm 99 cents. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Number 1, we showed you a clip from an old 90s dating show. Here's another. This is Chains of Love.
The California coastline, an inspiring stretch of beauty and tranquility. Now, the new series Chains of Love shatters the calm as one woman or man is chained to 4 members of the opposite sex 24 hours a day.
Oh my God.
Witness the anger,
I want to rip your voice box out, man.
the honesty,
Is sex your main interest in me?
No.
the competition, and the romantic connection. In tonight's episode, a man chained to 4 women presses hard to get to know his chainmates as he strives to find a perfect match.
You're pissing me off.
Wow, we're gonna rub the wrong way here.
Wow. That show lasted 6 episodes. Can you imagine being chained to your wife and 6 kids?
No.
Wow.
But it's been 20
What about
years.
4 20-year-olds?
Those are different days.
Yeah.
Couldn't get away with that today, probably, huh?
What's that?
You probably couldn't do
No,
that show today.
I don't think
Oh,
that
what
would
a
be
shame,
appropriate.
too.
Frowned
That's
upon.
such a loss.
More ways
Yeah.
than one.
We're,
Such a
we're
loss.
so much more of a moral high ground culture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've
Yeah, we
definitely
really-
evolved as a
Keep
society
climbing that
since then.
wall.
Yeah. All right, well, listen, that was tons of fun.